What up, everybody?
Hello.
Good morning.
We are late.
We're late? Yeah, I forgot that. I tried to remind everybody, okay, about the clocks. I tried to remind everybody. I forgot.
Brutal.
It was funny last night after I post the stream or whatever, you know, the pre-stream shit. It pops up on like our YouTube when I'm scrolling later, and it says 10 a.m. And I was like, I didn't send that shit to 10 a.m. Why does it say 10 a.m.? And my wife's like, oh, well, it could be daylight savings. I was like, daylight savings? I didn't even know.
Who's been stealing the daylight? Who are we saving it from? I can't get any more seasonal depression. Come on, give us our daylight back, please.
This is such a like, how's
part
the
of Doge?
weather today? Conversation.
Yeah, I think it might rain, brother. Yeah, I am thoroughly missing that extra hour of sleep, though, Danny. I feel like all the energy
early?
has been sapped from me. Oh no way. I've slept maybe
I mean, I'm with you.
maybe 8 hours total this weekend. It's been a wild one.
What up, King? What up, Poland? What up, Headbug?
What up and good morning.
Nice
What
to
is-
see you. Good morning. What is Contact Kev? You've never seen him before.
That's right.
Hell yeah. We like, you know, if you could
Good
rock
more
the
like.
contacts, we could both like do an entire shave, like a nair of our entire heads and be eggs.
Ooh, we should do that for a photo shoot.
No eyebrows. Nothing.
I hope there's no construction or anything today, right? Because I'm not wearing my safety goggles.
How cursed would we look if I got my wife to like make one of those like amusement park cutouts that have like the holes for your head, and it's like a Humpty Dumpty picture or something? Or we get her to do Ren's graphic on like a big giant cardboard with cutouts where we're supposed to be, and we can just put our big ugly bald heads there.
Dude, I'm in for that. Yeah, 100%.
What up, Harls?
This is why we're doing it. I heard someone argue it was the farmers once, but I don't think that's
Yeah.
it.
I've heard the farmers.
It's the
thing
globalist.
before.
The globalists want to steal your sunlight and give it to Bill Gates and Elon Musk so they can build their secret pyramids on Mars. You think we haven't been to Mars already? Those exploding Tesla rockets are a distraction. Elon Musk was
right.
on Mars yesterday,
You're right.
stealing your daylight. It gets to Mars first. You don't know this? They've been siphoning all the sunlight. That's why we came in and said, no, it's time for daylight savings. God damn it.
This is pretty good. Like, if you could keep this Alex Jones rant type thing going, you could just do a whole show of that.
Dude, we're going to do a pivot. I just got to figure out my name for Truth Social. And then
Dude, by now, Trump has to be the only person on Truth Social, right? Like, he posts exclusively there, and then they rip him and put him on Twitter.
it's a weird, life cycle of meme taken from 4chan, I'm assuming, Reddit or Twitter, goes to Truth Social, and then it gets a screenshot of that, gets posted back onto Twitter. A lot of fun to follow.
Dear Lord. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to get into today, people. People. First off, make sure you tip your waiters and waitresses, you pieces of shit. Do it. I mean, you know, you guys in the audience, I'm sure, are all great people and tip well, you know, I'm sure. But I'm just saying in general, you pieces of shit, tip.
We know you're out there.
Even if it's shit, even if it's the shittiest, we'll get into this. I'm just saying, even if it's the shittiest service ever, you got to think that old boy that just brought you your plate is probably making less than minimum wage, okay? Surviving off your tip. Don't be a bitch. If you don't have enough money to pay a fucking good tip, you don't have enough money to go out to eat.
Ooh, got him. Now, I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I have a follow-up question. How, Danny, do we feel about tips at carry-out counters? So, for instance, like Subway,
I like this.
or even Chipotle. I don't know. I can't tell you how many years it's been since I walked inside a Chipotle, but I don't remember them asking for tips upon checkout. But what about those kind of places where I'm walking up to a counter, we're making the food together, I'm telling you what to put on it, you're putting it on. Is that worthy of a tip for a carry-out order?
I feel like just food service in general, I guess, deserves a tip. I think that it's maybe up to your discretion to think about, like, in a situation like you're describing, maybe they all probably get paid, $11 an hour. Like, they're not making less.
Yeah,
they're not making waiter wages where it's like they make less and get their wage based on tips. So, like, do they deserve as big of a tip? I don't know. I guess it's up to your discretion, but I could see the argument being like, you only throw them $2 or something at that point, because it's like, they're already at least getting a full wage. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's been tough. I much preferred it when no one ever asked me, or when they don't ask, but they just like swivel the screen around,
they tap the sign.
They're just like, here's your signature, and there's 3 big buttons of 15, 20, or 25%. And there's really no other option of like, what am I going to do? Hit other and figure out, am I going to calculate it right there?
They do get me with that. Yeah. I agree.
Because what are you going to do? They're sitting there watching you. It's like some kind of experiment you're in. There's people on the other side of the glass like, oh, is he going to do it, or is he a piece of shit? Just kind of like, do you want to round up to the Boys and Girls Club? No, I'm a fucking monster. Fuck the children. Of course, take my 40 cents. You don't get enough. You've devalued your own menu items and shrinkflation this whole shit to where a goddamn quesadilla and a hard taco cost me $13 fucking dollars. But sure, here's 60 cents for the children too on top of it. Why don't you give them some of your money, Taco Bell?
Yeah, Ronald.
I love the children.
Donating to the McDonald house? You fuck.
They get me every time. I'm like, yeah, what am I going to do? Not help the kids? Fuck you, you corporate bastard.
Let's see what Poland says here. When I worked at BK, we weren't allowed to accept tips. One time, an old lady tried to give me one in front of my manager, and I had to refuse. And the old lady started yelling at me to take
Can you imagine? I need to speak to your manager. You get like a complaint that ends up on your record because the company policy was that you're not allowed to accept the tip. And they're like, this rude young lady, I was just trying to be nice. I used to send this $20 to my grandson on Easter, but he OD'd on the fentanyl, and I just wanted to give it to this nice lady, and she's ruined my day.
Well, here's the solution to this, okay? When Poland says they weren't allowed to accept tips, I guess in front of your manager, you're kind of fucked. But in every other circumstance, you take that tip. You take that fucking tip, dude. If somebody says you did so good that they want to give you a tip, like when I worked as a butcher, and we would, cut custom orders, custom steaks for somebody, whatever. There's a lot of time. They told us no tips. But there's a lot of times where, like, somebody is going to spend a lot of money on steaks. They like what you did. They appreciate what you did. Here's your tip. There's just, I don't know. It's just kind of I got used to people, like the rich people that would come in and get like a fat slab of steaks, they would always tip. Because they just, I don't know, they got the money to spend, and
they're used to it. The kind of places they go, they got to tip a guy for handing them a towel after they take a piss, They're used to it.
So
it's like, here, peasant.
the people that even knew, like the people that would come in and get that kind of shit and tip, even knew that like, oh, your boss don't want to, like, hey, come out here. I don't want your boss to
Hey,
see this or whatever.
yeah, it's almost like they're
And
selling you weed. They're just like, hey, my man.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it every time. Every time.
You don't have to tell anybody about this.
I'm going to go out and dap up with this dude. He's going to hand me a 20, sneak me a 20. I don't give a fuck. But yes, if you're anywhere, if you're a McDonald's, if you're a whatever, I don't care what you are. If somebody tries to offer you a tip and you're a, oh, you're not supposed to take a tip. Fuck that. You sneak that tip. You take that shit.
That's our money, okay?
That
That's the CEO's money. You want to take food off the CEO's plate? How dare you?
All right. Well, I guess besides we'll get to the tip. Okay, we'll get to the tip. There's also some
phrasing. Sorry.
There's also some crazy stalkers that we'll look at today. Pokemon's got some stalkers as well. It's mostly these streaming women, unfortunately, that are getting stalked by greasy, disgusting. Well, I would assume that they're greasy and disgusting, but some of the stuff we watched today, you're going to be like, wow, okay. One guy definitely is greasy and disgusting stalker, but the other guy's like, that could have just been some normal guy.
Uh-oh.
So,
that's what they'll say in his murderer documentary, too.
Right, exactly.
No one would have seen it coming.
So we got streamer stalkers. We'll talk about that. Of course, the headline, Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker conversation going to happen at some point about they were both banned on Twitch in the same week. Can you believe that? What a quinky dink.
Man, Twitch is just such an excellent platform, isn't it? Why don't we stream there more often?
That's a good question. So, yeah, lots of stuff to talk about today, people. But I guess rolling off of a little bit of that tip conversation, what I wanted to ask you at the top of the show today is, Kevin, when's the last time you were at a steak and shake? Do they deserve tips? The waiter does. The waitress or waiter does, maybe, at Steak and Shake. But anyways, when's the last time you went to a Steak and Shake?
First of all, the waiter or waitress at the Steak and Shake absolutely deserves a tip. If for nothing else, like just generally speaking. No, because to me, when I think of places where I was very loud and drunk while eating food, it starts at Waffle House and then like immediately goes to Steak and Shake. And the number of, and even before that, when, you know, you're just an idiot teenager and you're hanging out with 8 friends, you're like, let's just go to Steak and Shake and just run around eating burgers and milkshakes. I've never been into a Steak and Shake when it wasn't just rowdy and either packed with drunk people or teenagers, is what I'm saying.
That's why I don't go.
And yeah, it's probably been, I don't think we were in this decade, Danny, was the last time I went to a Steak and Shake, and it was certainly in the drive-thru, so I wasn't tipping.
Fair. No, I mean, the last time I went to Steak and Shake, I had to have been obliterated. It's the only time I've ever.
Those fries are so good, man. When you're obliterated.
Okay, fair. Okay, you have different opinions than me. Then this is gonna be a good conversation because,
yes.
Yeah, the last time I went, I was obliterated. The majority of the times I've went to Steak and Shake, I was obliterated. The times that I went when I was not, you know, intoxicated, fucked up in some sort of way, was when I was a child, and it was against my will that we went there. You know, my best friend's family were like, they loved to go sit down at Steak and Shake and eat. I do not know why, but anytime they would like, I mean, I was just like a freeloader, you know. I was like the poor friend next door, so I don't care whether they take me wherever.
If I hang out at Timmy's long enough, I might get a milkshake out of this deal.
Yeah, for real. But no, my best friend growing up, his family were all about Steak and Shake. So I have a lot of opinions about Steak and Shake, okay?
Too much ketchup every time.
But let me pull this up. Too much ketchup every time. Let me pull this up just to get the conversation started here, because we're definitely going to have a conversation here. Steak and Shake is proud to support Mahan and Secretary Kennedy. That's great. Your days are numbered, seed oil, okay? Fuck Big Seed. We want to lead the way and make a difference. Hashtag Maha, okay? They said they're going to change their oil to tallow, okay? Beef tallow, just like Mickey D's, okay? Now, I'll say my piece. Fuck! Fuck Steak and Shake, dude. I hate Steak and Shake. Everything about Steak and Shake. Let me tell you, okay? The fucking fries. Kevin said he likes the fries, so I'll go easy on the fries. But these little dinky little, I hate them. I fucking hate these little shitty fries. It's like almost those fries that you get out of the, they're not fries. They're like, you can get like potato sticks. Bags of them at the grocery store. That's like a potato chip. You know what I'm talking about? Their fries are practically fucking a couple potato sticks like stacked on top of each other. They're little okay, so there's my fry bit. But these fucking burgers here, okay? The patties had to be like a slice of cheese thickness, okay? And they scraped that bitch off. The last time I was there, I was drunk as hell, and I remember them bringing the burgers, and I'm seeing them, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And they all walk away, you know, and we're all sitting around drunk looking at our burgers. I'm like, lifting it up. I'm like, what in the fuck is this, dude? And everybody's looks the same. It's just like a scrape. It's like double cheeseburger. It's like 2 scrapes of beef.
Yeah, it's like instead of meat, they just put cheese on the griddle and burnt it until it got all black. And like, that's the patty.
King's never even heard of Steak and Shake. Now that's impressive. Never heard of Steak and Shake? I mean, I guess I don't know where King's at, but I figured everybody heard of shitty ass Steak and Shake.
Poland seems to feel about Steak and Shake the way I feel about Long John Silver's. Like, what the hell is this front? May I also point out while we're here that it's a very bold and brave choice of Steak and Shake to post a hat that looks like it's meant for McDonald's. Like, you went with red and yellow.
Yeah, I mean, they're admitting here the superiority of McDonald's with the beef tallow, with the hat, like you're saying.
The bend in the knee.
They've admitted defeat. Yeah, they've admitted defeat. But I'm just saying, like, my point is, there's no amount of I mean, whatever. You're Maha fucking weirdo. Are they gonna serve us up measles at fucking Steak and Shake too?
Dude, of course they are.
Can we throw unvax parties or whatever, where we get all of our children sick with the measles at Steak and Shake? Will they host that for us?
I'm not surprised here. You're talking about a franchise whose entire aesthetic is you walk in here and it feels like a plastic version of a 1950s diner. You know, they miss those simpler times, you know, those Don Draper days. That's what Steak and Shake is all about.
Well, my opinion would change if we could smoke a cigarette in there while I'm eating those shitty shaved burgers.
Yeah. They just have old patties out for ashtrays. They're like, yeah, let's a little more ash on it. Let's.
Oh, dear Lord. But yeah, there's no amount of beef. I mean, Kevin differs with me on the fries, okay? He said he liked the fries, but I think that there's no amount of beef tallow that's going to save those fucking fries, okay? Like, this is classic Clout route. This is a grasp for attention for a failing franchise, okay? A failing restaurant that nobody goes to anymore, okay?
Yeah, because if you want that experience, you're going to go to a higher end place, I think, where they actually make you the food and you can get a nice big milkshake in the nice tall glass or whatever. They're not going to go to Steak and Shake. You're not going to be like, yeah, let me go get that 4 for $4 over at Steak and Shake. That'll hit the spot.
King says North Dakota doesn't have them, but Silver's was great. Hush puppies for the win. I mean, I can't deny that. Yeah. I gotta admit, the fucking hush puppies rule. I love hush puppies.
I'm glad I don't like that stuff as an adult, Long John Silver's, because I do remember being a kid and they give you not only those hush puppies that were amazing, but it's like they threw a bunch of extra batter into the fryer as well. Remember, they would have like the planks would be like on this bed of just like crispy
bits. Yeah.
bits of flour, and I you know, when
Yeah.
I'm a kid, I'm just eating the shit out of that, dude. And I'm like, my God, imagine the calories, Danny.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. And if you got like the little clam strips, dude, those turn into the same thing. It's like a billion of these little fucking tiny ass little things. I'm just give me all the deep fried fucking
Yeah, just like
shit.
pressing your finger down, like I'm getting all of these crumbs.
Yeah, you rub it
Just
across the
squirt some
inside.
tartar sauce in the box and just get a spoon, dude. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. I need a fish plank in my life, dude. I had a fish fillet the other day. Is that controversial?
Ooh, where was it from?
It's gonna be even more controversial when I told you it was fake.
Oh, well, no, honestly, because I feel like that's where that product already started. You know, it's
Fair enough.
like if you had plant-based imitation crab, I wouldn't be, you'd be like, yeah, well, you
It was
know,
already
it's,
imitation.
yeah, who cares?
Fair enough. Okay. Let's talk about some. Let's talk about some real shit. Okay. Let's talk about some real shit, folks. Okay. What the fuck? The show is early. Okay, V-Dub, I tried to tell y'all. Okay, daylight savings time is not my idea. That's funny that half of our viewers are like, fuck.
That's
man.
right. It's, you know, sometimes you forget that we do some weird shit over here.
Yeah, yeah. We actually care about our farmers over here, unlike
No, we
some
don't.
countries.
We're just saving
Totally
CEOs
lying.
light bulb money. Like, listen, I'm paying too much in light bulbs, electricity. You need to go over there and tell Elon Musk to quit siphoning off the sun's light and using it for Mars. Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. I've heard about that conspiracy theory.
It's good. Good. That means it's working. Good.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, Head Bucket. They have a name for the fish and chips. They're crispy bits scraps. Okay. You can order them extra. What the fuck? I feel like this has to contribute somewhat to that obesity level over there.
Dude, that's the most American. Yeah, that's what I'm just like. That's the most American thing I've ever heard. Like, oh yeah, hey brother, I'll slip you a $5 if you can just give me the batter. The batter that's in the, you know, you shake the basket to get the meat out. You know, just give me all that.
I think
Pay whatever you want.
I think fish and chips is the sole reason why the UK has like a slightly higher percentage of obesity rate than we do. It's hard to deny that deep fried fish and potato.
Something's got to make up for having beans on toast for breakfast.
Or that.
I'm ready. Come on, let's go.
Oh no, the UK slander has started. What is this? Okay, sometimes I'll be late because I'm planning for Danny and Kev to be like 10 to 15 minutes late. When does this ever happen?
Okay, well, to be fair, Danny, I think you might be catching you might be catching a stray because of James and I's reputation.
Yeah. Okay, people,
They're getting their balls mixed up. Okay,
Get real.
Like, well, I know it's got to be Kevin's fault. He's the only common denominator here.
You know, comment like this. It must be Harl's sister or whatever on her account. Remember, she was saying how much meaner her sister was. Like, how did you say that to me?
What are these opinions you have of me?
All right, so red pill or blue pill, Kevin? That's how we're starting the show today. Red pill or blue pill? Which one would you like to consume first? Because we're taking them both. You're getting the chip and the brain worm, so don't worry. But which order would you like them?
Oh, I think the brain worm makes way for the chip. I believe that's how it goes.
So which pill is that? I need a color.
The gray, blue pill.
Blue pill, blue pill.
Give me the blue pill, and I'll stay in Neverland.
All right, well, we're going with blue pills. So today, folks, we're taking the blue pill first. Man, I tell you, we can never win with this shit. Prepare to cringe your balls off, folks. If you haven't seen this already, I'm about to show you. Breaking 911 posts. These are actually real live sitting members of Congress. Now, Kevin, do you enjoy Super Smash Bros every once in a little while?
Absolutely, I did. In There was a time back in the day. I've picked up multiverses a time or two just to feel alive again, but it's not the same. It's just not.
How do you feel about this? I consider any show Kevin's on to be Clout.
I appreciate it. That's great.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's check this out. So here's some Congress and their Congress members and their Super Smash Bros. Tribute. Let's watch.
Wait, what is a? Pardon me. Can you go? Can we go back through this once we're done? Because I would like to read some of the stats. There's already a stat I'm very interested in.
Okay.
And it's not just hates balloons, because that's a good one too.
Okay. We'll go back through.
Okay, good.
We'll let them cook first. Okay.
Yes.
So there's your taste of the blue pill. Let's break this down a little bit. So
Okay.
Suhee Jessica Wu. What do you got to say
Danny,
about her?
Can you or perhaps someone in our illustrious audience explain to me what a bento box queen is? Because it sounds like something that you should switch over to incognito tab before you search.
Bento box queen. I just got a bento box yesterday.
Danny, come on. It's Sunday.
This
Can't
is
talk
the
about it.
Lord's hour, and I'm
That's
saying
gross.
Like this.
Save it for the only dance, all right?
I did though, really. Couple egg rolls too.
Got it. I was like, that sounds like a weird thing that you find in someone's guest room when they're not prepared for company. But okay, they are packed lunches in Japan. All right, okay, good. So nothing to be worried about there. Sorry, it must have been the Alex Jones impression. I've got my sensors up for globalists and demons in disguise.
All right. So she's not that bad. This isn't that bad. Bento box queen, little weird, but
oh, it's racist. Bowman says. No, I was right. It was a horrible thing to do.
Her name was fucking Sung John Woo or something. What do you mean is racist? Her name's Suhee Jessica Woo.
Because she's not allowed to like the stereotypical food. Like if that food is from her region and you're saying she's a queen of it, then you are a racist, dude. That's how it works. Remember we did this. There's like there was like a whole tier list, and it was like if you were too Jewish, you like store-bought. Was it hummus?
Right.
I don't even remember. Yeah, this is that.
The tier
It's
list
so
is
bad.
The tier list is like Fusion, the American sushi restaurant.
Yes.
And then like Bento Box Queen at the very bottom.
Which is right beneath Pearl Harbor, by the way. I've seen the footage. These people are nasty.
Can I eat there?
when with their horrible, intolerant takes.
Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, let's keep going.
Stabra, that's what it was.
Okay, so here's AOC. Okay, we all know AOC. New York's 14th congressional district. How is that a plus? She failed the assignment. I mean, that's your job, but like, was the other lady the official bento box queen of the government? Is that what the first line meant?
She's royalty. Fuck. Why didn't I piece that together 5 minutes ago?
I forgot. So that makes way more sense now. Okay, that makes way more sense. That was her job title, bento box queen.
Danny the Cabbage King. That has a really good ring to it.
That's fun. Okay, seriously. What are you gonna call me?
What's mine?
Dodger next? Seriously, quit. Get
You're
your
gonna
shit
call
out
me
of
Croissant Kev? I like it. I'm here for it.
Cabbage King. I've never.
That's
heard
my
anything
plus.
like
Eats
that
too
before.
much bread.
She's so good. She's making up new racisms.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, haven't the Irish suffered enough?
I didn't notice this. Yeah, she does get a negative point for being a Trekkie. That's great.
Negative point for being a Trekkie.
Yeah, the other ones get plus.
Oh dear Lord. Let's keep going here. Okay, so this one skipped the job title unless Her job title is youngest black woman elected to Congress. So she didn't do the whole thing that the last two did. Honestly, now she's ruined the pattern here. Now I don't know what's going on.
Because hating balloons is apparently a negative trait, which I disagree with. Again, I think that's a strength. You will never be caught. Well, I shouldn't say never. Your percentages of being murdered by Pennywise drop significantly if you already have an aversion to balloons. This is just smart. These are the kind of people you want in your government.
Oh, so youngest black woman elected to Congress, co-founded the Black Maternal Office. So she's got a lot of good ones going on here, but hates balloons. Like, what a fucking psycho.
What's next? She hates children's birthday parties, you know? Can't stand the sound of joy. It's like nails on a chalkboard to hear a child's laughter.
It should just say happiness. It should just say minus happiness. No happiness.
Yeah, anti
no love in my life. All right. No, but this lady, I like her dance the most. Her dance is cool. Watch her hop in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
That somebody has played a little more of that game than they want their constituents to know.
Yeah. She's like, I hop right in, just like I was chosen on the character roster. Oh, V-Dub's got some DI higher bullshit.
Oh, whoops, my bad. You know, I was going to say there's probably a darker path to walk down, the fact that we have all these youngest women this, youngest women that. It's almost as if women haven't been allowed in American government for much of its history. I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting that that's a point that they've
It's
got to
weird.
make.
They keep setting all these records for minority women in our government. That's wild. How does that happen?
And it's like the two people that are like the first black women and Latino women that we just passed are like the youngest people in the government too. So
Yeah, they
that was
instantly
really
have a Hall of
funny.
Fame government career. So you just broke 8 records just by getting here. Good for you. We're so proud of you.
We love America, people. We love it. What's Rep Catherine Clark? What'd she say? House Minority Whip. I don't. What is that one? Does a whip stand for something?
Yeah. It's the
That's racist, isn't it?
it's, you know, I never thought about it that way. You know, I just they're supposed to whip together the votes, right? That's the House Minority Whip. Yeah, this is actually Danny, whip. It's something you put on top of pumpkin pie. It's usually stored in the refrigerator. Cool whip.
Cool. V-Dub said it's a political term, okay? They use
Means
her
you're like
to
the boss
back,
of your.
beat back the baddies, okay?
Yeah.
Whoosh, whoosh. This lady. Watch her stance. I bet she's got a fighter's stance, okay?
Ooh.
see
Whoa.
this.
Oh,
Did you
what
see
the?
this? Did you see her?
Dude, what?
Whoa. This lady's got hops, bro. Whoa. She like teleported down from the fucking space station.
Dude, yeah, she just came over from Themyscira, dude. That's Wonder Woman's mom. You can tell from the superhero land.
Yeah, she could fucking fight, dude. What is this? Like, oh, dear Lord, dude. Well,
Oh, wouldn't you know it? First Chinese American woman elected to Congress. She's also a member of the NWO Wolfpack. Too sweet. Why is that a negative also?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's too nice. She's a pushover, this lady.
I think we could pick this thing apart all day.
What is going on?
Okay.
Okay, somebody else has played a little bit of the game, huh, Danny? You see that? Woo!
Let's see it again. I love the landing. That's like a fucking iron. That's like an Iron Man or Captain America like superhero
Interesting fight stance.
drop. You know,
She's not like
that one.
well, that one is very good. That's very as a Notre Dame fan, that's one of my favorites right there.
Panama.
Come here, see.
Oh,
I'll
but
stretch you.
let's see. Yeah, she's gonna kick your ass. That lady's a badass. That should have been a plus on hers.
Gonna get
Absolute
knocked out
badass.
immediately from a right-hander, though. You know that might work against a southpaw. Somebody comes in over the top, and you got your left hand just down here. Woo! Here we go.
This lady's already in fights all the time. She's got 2 sprained fingers.
Whoa. Which two? Could be very. That could be very telling.
Oh dear Lord. Let's keep it going. One more? No, that was it.
That was it. We're done.
Finally, we're done.
Wow.
The pill has been swallowed. How do you feel?
That was very Pokemon Go to the polls for me. Is this how you get the children, right? Is that the goal behind this, right? I know that's a big factor in the most recent election results, right? Is that the Democrats lost the children. They didn't get any of them new younger voters because they're not cool. Yeah. They're not on TikTok. They're very hello fellow kids. So what better than to make a reference to something that means much more to people in the 30 to 40 range than it does to anyone who's 20 years old.
Yeah, right. Well, you'd think somebody like AOC or some of these younger people would know. Brilliant. Like, that's kind of where it disconnects for me. Because it's like, I feel like AOC does a lot of things that are like smart for a politician. And because she's younger, I assume is why she does it. You know, she goes on streams or whatever, and she, you know, talks to the younger people, and she goes on her TikToks and bitches or whatever and blah, blah, blah. Like, she seems to make sense most of the time when she does that kind of stuff, messaging to younger people. But yeah, this is just like, what were you doing, girl? She should have known. This is like the cringiest fucking, what are we talking about? This is like getting celebrities to sing a song or whatever, you know?
Yeah, it reminds me of that previous trend from last year where they'd be in a circle and they would just do a dance, and they would maybe have one fact about them, or they'd have to say like, something about like I remember one being about a bun and a mini pump. I don't even know what half the words meant, but she was like, short little princess with an attitude. Short little princess with an attitude. And then they'd cut to the next one, and I was like, what in the holy hell? Y'all are on the clock doing this? And if you're not, you use your lunch hour to do this. Your lunch hour, everyone knows this, is meant for going out into the parking lot and crying in your car while you eat a $5 Wendy's sandwich.
And smoke a cigarette.
And hide. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the windows closed, because goddamn, the pain helps you feel alive.
All right, so now it's time for your red pill, Kevin. So open up. Ooh. Open up wide for the
I take mine 3 times daily, brother. Get it from Infowars.com.
So I'm sure you guys have seen all the memes now. You've seen them. And so has JD, apparently, because he's sharing them. How have you guys been enjoying the JD memes? Okay, collecting them like Pokemon cards. I've been seeing you all out there. I've been seeing some good ones too. I mean, this one's good, honestly. Like, I do like this one. I just wish that he didn't like it, you know? Like, if he didn't share it, it'd be a lot better.
That's why, if you'll notice, the keen-eyed viewers will note that I used a rendition of this meme that was edited to make his face much rounder, because I feel like that's what this move was.
Sure to form.
He's like, oh, let me put my face, and somebody put some effort into that. That is not like it's not one of my edits, right? Like that's a good, like, somebody put some time into this, and then he puts it in. Danny, when I was working on the thumbnail, when you search on Twitter, JD Vance memes, because this guy posted it, and Elon, I don't remember, he quote tweet with a laugh and a fire, or a laugh and 100%, something very helpful and useful. So very thought-provoking commentary from Elon, as always. But it was like him trying to use this one here. Leo DiCaprio, that's the one. Everybody share these. Like, it was none of the ones that make him look dumb. It was him trying to get in there and dilute everything by, here's me looking cool for one. Now, this is the stuff I want to see more of. God, that's hideous, man. That honestly looks like one of my cousins. Um,
I love this.
I hope you're okay, Barry. It's only a few more years, but
Do you send them money or whatever to put on the books?
no, hell no. Are you kidding me?
Oh goodness. So that is a little taste, but Left Tucky has been nice enough to compile a little Pokemon card collection for us, okay? Collecting JD Vance has got to collect them all. We got, I like this one a lot. You got a Chris Chan, JD Chan.
Oh, that
Cursed.
is, yep. Golly, quit staring at me like that.
You got Kardashian.
Dude,
JD.
this
Love
one
that.
would have made the thumbnail, but they cut off the top of his head, Danny. You know
Yeah.
how because then I got to make it. It's the centerpiece at that point,
Yeah.
I just
They
don't want you looking
fucked
like
us.
Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene.
Let's see. Keep it going here. Oh, I like this one too. Now, who is this really? Is this
Is that Big Ed?
So no, they took the Whale. They took fucking dude from the Whale, Brendan Fraser, right? Because this is without the hand and blunt there. I'm pretty sure this picture is from the Whale, and he's like crying or something. But then they shopped JD in, and then they put the hand and blunt in with the smoke. I love this. This is fucking S tier.
This is pretty good. Not my favorite. I'll reserve that in case we end up coming across it. I'll point it out when I see it. But no, it's up there. It's very good. Very good.
Oh, and then don't forget.
Oh.
I think this one is Left Tucky's favorite for some reason. I've seen this one. He's been sharing this one a lot, but
oh my god. That
JD.
is,
How do you say Gorlock the Destroyer with JD Vance? Vance the Destroyer? JD the Destroyer?
yeah, it's a Jorlock. The JD the Destroyer. Yeah, I think that seems to be the consensus. All right.
Okay. So, Vance Block. I told you they're good, aren't they?
Wow, dude. Yeah.
I like that. He'd look cool. He'd look cute. He'd be much cuter if he was a little guy.
I mean, some of his talking points would make more sense. Like, oh, you're just a dumb child. Okay, I get it. I get it now.
You should say please. Please and thank you.
Have you said thank you in the last hour? Fucking idiot.
Now here's
oh my
here's a real
god.
vice president. This is
Oh,
we need.
Oh my god, that's the best one, man.
This one's impressive because the shading and the chin, like they got it's chubby. I mean, this one's good. This one's S tier too. This one's so cursed.
Not this one. King put this. I don't want to. This is.
Am I feeling something?
I don't think it was this one.
Yeah, I see you, King.
I
see you, King. That's awesome.
It's probably a little column A and a little column B, Poland. I imagine there's definitely some AI jobs in here.
Right. I mean, these people are just way more talented at Photoshop than
He's
I
in
am.
politics for the V-Bucks.
How about this one? Disavow. This one's got a good.
Who's ever heard of a snozzberry?
Yeah, is that what this is? That was him after he ate the candy he wasn't supposed to.
Don't go licking the wallpaper.
Let's see here. I love these ones too. You got a collection now. Got to catch them all, people. Okay.
That's a big one.
Got a binder full. I mean, golly, dude.
Are you stupid? I'm not going to trade you a holographic for a car that's not even rated. Get out of here.
So that one's good. I love that. Or this. We got a Matrix. This one's really this is the red pill for sure. Look at the one in the center that's like Care Bear with a Nazi.
Oh my
Care Bear
God.
with a swastika.
It's one of those MODOK. I think he's in there as MODOK on a few of those. One as a leprechaun.
He's the son from Teletubbies in one.
Jeez, that's good. Okay, this is a new favorite. I have a new
Whoa!
favorite one.
Hold your horses,
I'll
Kevin.
show you my other favorite if we come across it. Oh, what up?
5 gifted from Tara. Thank you so much. Okay, hopefully one of these JD Vances out there gets a gifted live membership. Thank you so much, Tara. We appreciate it.
Yes. That is much appreciated.
Gifted members. We love the members, okay? One of these gifted memberships lands you a shout out next episode. That's how that works. If you have a membership, you get shouted out at the halftime. So that's how that works. Thank you, Tara. She says, have a great stream, guys. What a nice person. And I love that. Her picture there. That's Ren's coloring book colored in. And that is fucking dank. My wife would love that.
And you can buy your own by following Ren on Twitter, right? You can make your profile pic a equally dope character because they're all pretty cool. I looked at actually, Danny, if you can't find your coloring book, it definitely wasn't me that stole it when we filmed the Elon video.
I just bought colored pencils too, you ass.
Ooh.
You fuck.
Cool. I'm going to come over later because I don't have any of those.
So what do you think about this one? What would you think if you were if you like took a shit at the gym or whatever?
I love the height too. It makes it this is an experience a lot of people have probably had, right? Where you've got somebody double checking, they really got to go. So they're going to come and see, is this door locked or is it just closed? This seems to be the height of a small child, which makes it there's an additional creep factor to that. So
if you're trying to check if the bathroom stall is occupied, is this a better move or is under the stall? What would you do? Do you go under the stall and you're like, oh, there's feet there, that's good, or do you kind of look in between the cracks of the door and then you see like somebody fucking in there, some fat guy taking a dump or something like that?
Dude, I wouldn't do either. You know what? You just give a simple, very low pressure, very low energy, just a quick push, just a little tap on the door. If they didn't lock the door while they're shitting, I think that's on them. Okay. I don't need to look at your feet. I don't need to make eye contact with you through the door. Just a little boop. Okay, it's locked. All right.
I mean, this is
and then you usually get the 1 minute. Just give me a minute, pal.
I'm in here.
I'm working on something.
No, this is why I don't shit in public. VDub says, aren't the door gaps in America usually way bigger? I mean, what do you mean? Like how? I've never been to the UK to compare our door gaps. I don't know.
Are they bigger than this photo? I think it depends on how new the building is and if they give a shit about their bathrooms. Because I think we've gotten a little better. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird culture we got. A bunch of peeping toms in the men's room.
V-Dub's like, aren't the door gaps bigger in America? Because goddamn, why aren't we doing that over here? Okay?
So you can't see shit over here, man. What the hell?
You need to widen those gaps a little bit, okay?
That's a full 3 centimeters.
What's going on in there? Harl says, American bathroom stall doors have excessive gaps. Nobody wants a vulnerable moment of eye contact in a public bathroom. No, I agree. Well, she goes on there. I agree, though. Like, public bathrooms are just so weird sometimes, too. Like, I feel like when we were in middle school or something, there were a couple of the old school, like, bathrooms that had been there since the building was made that didn't have doors on them at all. You'd be taking a shit and somebody could just walk by.
There's a venue that I work at least in the men's room,
No.
It's that same situation. There are
No
urinals and there's only
shot.
one seated toilet, and there's just like a painted stack of bricks that blocks it off, and so there's no door at all. I mean, to be fair, uh, nobody's gonna nobody's gonna use that toilet anyway. But so the door would be an unnecessary addition. But I was
Okay.
like, what year was this built, and why didn't they tell me I'm working at a former prison? What how haunted is this place?
Where are you shitting doorless? See, and this is when I was a child, is what I'm saying, Poland. So, like, I'm pretty sure that my school was hosted by pedophiles or something. You know, I don't know what was going on, but yes, there were like locker room shitters that did not have doors on them. I don't know. Take it up with the guys or whatever that were.
That was probably just the middle schoolers breaking them all the time, and then
Maybe.
you had some fed up janitor one day just say, "Wow, show you
We'll
little
take
sons
these
of
fucking
bitches.
things off.
Last time I worked goddamn overtime over these pricks."
So there's little JD oat meme pies. That's cute. Oat meme pies. I don't even know. I saw this one and I was like, what is this?
Oh, is that the legend of the hidden temple guy?
I thought it
The
was like
green iguanas have been eliminated.
I don't even know. I have no idea what this one's from. There you go. Fucking glowing pumpkin, JD.
Oh,
and then,
the troughs.
And then Gorlock there at the end. But there you go. Red pill, blue pill, folks. You got it.
So my previous favorite was the photo of him sitting in the Oval Office, and someone had they'd photoshopped in Halo 1, and he had like a Mountain Dew Code Red in one hand and an Xbox controller on his lap. Like, hell yeah,
you
brother.
did that one day. I mean, like he probably lived that meme. JD.
Yeah.
You know?
I bet.
How old is he? Like he's relatively
Old enough to know better, Danny.
JD Vance. Sorry, I'm reaching. Age.
I think
40.
technically he's ageless. Isn't that how it works? Because every time he ends another person's life, I believe their lifespan gets added onto his. But I don't know if he took the Shinigami eyes. So maybe he got his lifespan cut in half.
Somebody needs to get on that meme. Is there a JD Vance Shinigami fucking? He's just like, they need to do a Trump. They need to get like a picture of Trump like sitting in his chair, and then it's JD Shinigami Ryuk or whatever.
Just eating an apple behind him. Yeah, just like standing on his bed eating an apple. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, people. Work on that. Cook that meme up, why don't you? Cook it up. Let's see. What can I get into? Let's get into some little things here before we take our halftime break, and then we'll get into the two hard-hitting stories when we come back. Here's a good one. Here's a good little one. We got a yay update, people. Is there a certain hand that it's supposed to be with the Sig Heil? Or is it just you do what you feel? Left or right, doesn't matter. We need 45 degrees, people, if you're a yay fan out there.
I'll check with my cousin the next time I write to him in prison. I'll let you know.
Oh, goodness. Anyways. Yay X Rogan. Hoping it happens soon, Left Tucky News says. And then they say, edit, Yay got catfished. So, interesting story here. Yay posted this. Conversation with Joe. He reached out. Here's how it goes. It says, Joe says, I love the look of it. The natural and simple look of the studio is very future. I would love to sit down and speak with you, but I am honestly a bit uncomfortable with your latest tweets. Is there any way we can clear the air on some of this when we sit down? And then I'm assuming this is Kanye. That's what the idea would be. And yes, I'm happy to know that the tweets make you uncomfortable. They are working. As you said, which I wasn't aware that Joe Rogan said this, but Kanye said. So Kanye says that this is a Joe Rogan quote. I'm off the reservation. Now, was he saying that in reference to Kanye? He's like, oh, he's so crazy, he's off the reservation. That may be problematic if Joe said something like
Yeah,
that.
I think you should never say something like that. And I know for a fact that no one on this show has ever said that exact same sentence in reference to Kanye West. And if one of us did, we immediately apologize for it and we regret it to this day. Okay. It's not a
Wait,
kind of
so
thing you should say ever. All
was
right.
this you trolling Kanye then? Did you somehow get your number?
It sounds a lot like me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a clone too.
He says, AKA off the plantation. Oh, God. So there's their text conversation. If you go forward here, Joe quote tweeted it. Now it's unavailable because Ye has since deleted the tweet. But Joe says, hey, Kanye West, I don't know who you're talking to, but that's not me.
No shot.
So the whole text conversation he's having with some fucking rando.
Some dude at a bar was trying to either just get a good laugh out of fucking with Kanye West or maybe just trying to, I don't know, get some money or a job or what. I don't know what they were doing, but they convinced this man like, oh yeah, I'm Joe Rogan's producer or assistant or something. And here's Joe Rogan's number. And then he goes and saves that number in his phone as Joe Rogan and just goes about his day wearing trash bags while his wife wears saran wrap or whatever the hell he was doing.
Yeah, I have a feeling getting catfished, getting Joe Rogan catfished has something to do with the Galaxy Gas bender. I don't know. Jump scare zoom in. You guys like that? Whoa! We like to play around here. We love that.
I feel like the dude from V for Vendetta. Remember that? One of them talking heads. You just do the
V
whole
for Vendetta. Whoa!
believe in government, God, obey, consume.
What else can we talk about before halftime? Okay, there's your update with Ye. So, I would say, considering the fact that Joe quote tweeted it and said, like, hey, that's not me, that's probably a good indication that there may be a Ye and Joe Rogan podcast in the future. Because if he responded directly to him on Twitter, like, Joe Rogan's the most clout hungry fucking goblin out there. If he has a chance to have Ye on the show, and he's obviously aware because he's oh, what up, Mel? Nice to see you. He's obviously aware because he's quote tweeted it now, So I think that there may be a hookup in their future.
Boy, there was a time where a Joe Rogan Kanye West episode could have at least provided some moments. I'm sure it will provide moments, but it'll be in the lolcow train wreck variety because I don't think at this stage Joe has it in him to really question anything anyone tells him. He just goes up there and, oh, I'm such a sucker. I just believe whatever anybody says, no matter how ridiculous it is. I wonder at this point if people aren't starting to pay Joe Rogan to just be on Joe Rogan so they can sane wash their ridiculous takes. Like, oh, this guy's not going to challenge me on shit, so I'll give you money and then I'll come. It's like fucking watching infomercials for crazy people now.
That might be Elon's condition. He has to donate to him like he's donating to Trump if he ever wants to come on and talk. Every time he comes on, he's like adding a new wing of the studio.
Like, I swear, somebody could come on to Joe Rogan and say, Joe, the government doesn't want to tell you this, but the only reason Arctic polar bears exist is because the Yeti started fucking brown bears. There's a whole fortitude. There's a goddamn fort on the upper region of Canada. That's the real reason all of the cities are right there along, like they're right along the American border. They're not using 7/8 of their country, Joe. You want to know why? Yetis. Because Yetis secretly run the Canadian government. And he'd be like, oh my God, yeah.
Sam Squanches. They got that Sam Squanch up there
Jamie,
running
pull up
okay?
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? Jamie, pull that up. Do you think that the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was trying to tell us about these Yetis? Oh my God, this is some crazy stuff.
V-Dub says here, I wonder if Kanye bought the white hooded outfit thinking he could wear it on Joe's podcast. This is kind of an interesting question. Do you think that if Kanye strolled up there in the fucking KKK hood and cloak, that Joe would let him on the show? Like, do you think he would actually start the recording and Kanye is dressed up in actual fucking white hooded robes? I don't even know if he would go that far.
No, I think you may have found the line. Yeah, I think that's right there. I think that would be where Joe would put his toe down.
Joe would put the toe down. Okay. Oh, what's up, Ren? Look, dude. One of the best times to be a Clout Route viewer right now. Two famous Clout Route artists are in the audience as we speak, Mel and Ren. So shouts out to them.
That's right. We thank you both for helping us catfish people into watching the show. We love you.
All of Clout Route's art contractors in the chat. Yeah, we've got our executive producer and both of our artists. It's like we're a proper show here.
So as you guys can clearly see, Danny did not tell me he was going to be springing a company-wide review. Thank you, guys. All right, cool,
all right.
Good.
They didn't tell me either.
Yeah, we're like spot check, boys.
So check this out, Kevin. Before we take our midway break, the Paul's got a reality TV show. Unscripted, unfiltered, unhinged. # Paul American. Okay, the trailer's already out. And the show's already out. Actually, or no, the show is not out yet. March 27th. So we got to wait till the end of the month. But I wanted to ask, is there a difference in programming standards between HBO and Max? Because Max is... they're the same thing. HBO is Max. Max is more their now we're streaming, you know. This is our streaming platform. So I think the standards here may be a little lower, I'm afraid.
Oh, they most certainly are, Danny. And I'm over here laughing because some of the audience already knows what's coming because I have made this exact rant before over on Dweeb. So apologies in advance, gang. But no, not only, Danny, are you 100% correct, there is a drop in the quality and the desire when it comes to Max, but this is one of the stupidest companies in the history of entertainment and companies. For decades, HBO was the pinnacle of television, right? Like dramatic television. They had good comedy shows. Like HBO has all of the brand equity. Going to HBO Max, whatever, doesn't really make any sense. Just having an HBO app was all you ever needed to fucking do because you already had an established brand. For a lot of people, 2 or 3 of their top 5 favorite shows all time were an HBO show, not a fucking Max show. And these idiots not only changed it from HBO to HBO Max, then they changed it to a blue logo instead of their normal black logo. Now it's Max with a blue logo, so there is nothing in any of this to signal to you this is the HBO app. That's Sopranos, true. The Wire, Flight of the Conchords. Nah. No, we're going to call it Max, brother. And we're going to put on some TLC quality junk food. It's going to be like the Jersey Shore, except these people have fewer brain cells and more money to spend.
Can you imagine if back when, I mean, you could even say this for like when Game of Thrones was going, but like, imagine like back when like Sopranos was on TV and the Paul American was like afterwards, you know, like
yeah, that's the lead in.
The whiplash you would get as a viewer. You're like, just watch the most intense episode of The Sopranos, you know, whatever. They just beat down so-and-so on the episode. You're still at the edge of your seat. And then it starts, you know, the regular HBO stuff starts rolling. You see the little logo, blah, blah, blah. And then it's fucking Jake Paul flirting with his mom beside the pool. Hey, Mom, what do you think of my new tattoo? Blah, 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 blah. You know, like, oh, my God. Kill me now.
It's going to be the worst thing ever. I don't think.
Unscripted.
Right.
Right.
This is going to be a rude awakening for the idiots over at Max, because I would argue, and I don't even think I'm paraphrasing. My numbers might not be exact here, but the average Max owner, the average Max subscriber is right around our age, Danny. It's like mid-30s or something like that.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, exactly. A bunch of people who are definitely interested in what Logan and Jake Paul are doing with their lives. Definitely going to convert a lot of new subscriptions by bringing these two idiots on. No, nobody's going to. Maybe if you had thrown this on Twitch or YouTube,
Right.
maybe Netflix, you could have thrown it on Netflix, because a lot of people I think already have that, but and
Yeah,
there's a
okay.
wider range. But like you would, it's so stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense to me
This
business
is
wise,
premium
other than
television.
these are two guys who are used to grifting people, who have understood the ghost of HBO are the only people stupid enough to pay us to do this. So we will take the money and run. I can't imagine there being 2 seasons of this show, Danny. I think this thing
Oh,
is going to absolutely fall off the face of the earth. And it probably, if you're watching this in 2028, you're going to say, what fucking Jake Paul show? That's not even on what I'm assuming will be called maxo.org or something. They're going to
no, it'll be
continue to make
triple
this
X
name
Max.
stupid. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Max with 3 X's. Boom, there it is. Yes. And a Z for some reason.
I thought we already like figured out that the whole formula of like YouTuber. Look, Jake Paul and Logan can do their whole like boxing thing and their wrestling thing. I feel like that's different. They're not. It's a whole show rather than like they're the star of something. Obviously, Jake Paul is fighting, or Logan Paul is jumping on somebody in the wrestling ring. But there's other components involved, other things bringing people in, blah blah blah. But like this whole YouTuber to TV format just doesn't work. Like they'll see them on YouTube. Okay, the people that watch them have YouTube. That's where they saw them in the first place. That's where they got popular. That's where those people that even like them are at. YouTube. Okay? Like this would make sense as a YouTube premium show maybe, or something. It could work, And even then it probably wouldn't do well because they just don't. None of the premium content there does well. It just doesn't. I can't help it, but it just doesn't. But like the fact that they thought this is like reminds me of the Epic Mealtime TV show that they did. And it was like TLC or something that did it. And that ran for like a season. And I just can't imagine like that was back when their hype was even more like that was closer to their hype, like that was closer to the time where maybe something like that could have worked. I feel like now we're just completely out of the realm of possibility that anything like this would ever do well.
Yeah, like when the Jersey Shore was running for however many years in a row and they had all those spin-offs. Like there was a time where this reality trash TV would have done something. Like and it's even pandemic era, like I watched one of the trailers about it, and it's garbage. And the way their dad is portrayed and the character he's playing, it reminds you of something out of Tiger King. It's like he's cosplaying as either Joe Exotic or that one
Yeah, I can see
somehow
that.
weirder dude from the sequel part.
I'd be more interested if he was a gay man on drugs with tigers than Jake Paul's dad, honestly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, give me a 3rd season of Tiger King before I would watch this. But it's at least 10 or 15 years behind when it would have done anything relevant, right? It's just a waste of, it's just a way for these guys to not only get themselves, but get their families paid. And if they were even remotely decent people, I would be happy and say, go get that bag. But I feel like they've scammed enough people and no one should pay for this and watch this. So have fun, boys, watching your own
Right?
show on the artist formerly known as HBO's shitty app.
Like, even when I was talking about making reference to the Epic Mealtime thing, at least people liked them. Like, nobody even likes these guys. Like, nobody likes Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Nobody actually likes them. Like, all this stuff, when they watch them on shit, it's to hate watch them, to see if Jake Paul gets his face smashed in or to see if Logan Paul gets a knee to his nose, Like,
Yeah. That or they're
They like it.
13 and they think that's cool because their
Okay.
brain hasn't finished developing yet, much like both Paul brothers.
That's right. Anyways, if you want more of this, me and Kevin making fun of the deranged Paul brothers,
right.
you should probably like the stream and subscribe and stuff. Maybe even become a member, okay? And you might have a chance to become a member if you're here hanging out because people like Tarar dropping gifted subs. Whoa! But yeah, no.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Tarar. And one last thing before I step out for the halftime. How far from grace has the Learning Channel fallen, Danny?
Stop it, okay? I want to learn
The Learning
about,
Channel and the History Channel.
1,000-pound people.
Yeah, exactly. You're learning. It's every episode is just reminding us that over half this country has a 5th grade education at best. That's
That's why that other show
that's the
did
ruse.
so well. That's why that other show did so well. Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
No. No, we are not.
Oh, goodness gracious. But anyways, like I said, like and subscribe, people. If you become a member, you will get shouted out. And I don't have the newest member lineup from Tarar's gifted subs, but I do have these guys, okay? So shouts out to P. Paul Riveter, Kangalope, Jack Shavanti, Headbug Inc., Rapid Danger, Kia Cat, and Sleek the Geek. Shouts out to you guys. And if you are not a member and you're just here checking us out, we love you too. We appreciate your eyes, your ears, okay? Thank you so much for just being here and hanging out. Whether you're chatting, whether you're listening, we love it all. We love all y'all out there. And I hope that my steak and shake rant didn't run too many of you off. So let's look at the show. See, let's look at the chat. Harl says, laugh my ass off, TLC would. And Kevin went on that whole rant. I just want to say, I can't really remember if that Epic Mealtime show was really on TLC or not. I'm just kind of like, I kind of like guessed. It's like it would be a TLC show, right? I don't really remember what channel they were on, so not report that as factual. V-Dub says they teach about loads. Fat people, green cards, hoarders. Yeah. All the most obscure things in life we can learn about on TLC, okay? Poland says, TLC is a modern freak show where you get to learn about little people and stuff. Hey! Come on, executive producer Poland Spring. Chill out on the the hateful language, okay? Modern freak show. These are people too, okay? All the little people and the fat people and the hoarders, okay? They deserve a voice too, and TLC is bringing it. All right. Ken Globe says, I can't believe TLC exists. I think all of their show is Sister Wives and 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is, I mean, more on what Kevin was saying, like the Learning Channel, and it's just reality TV. I mean, maybe they just make a different channel. It's just because, like, they can't. I feel like Discovery doesn't even have a channel on cable anymore, do they? Like, does anybody actually care to learn anything anymore? TLC is like, look, we tried to teach you, what the book said, and nobody watched. So now we got the fat people to tell you what's up. Speaking of which, and here, Kevin, here's my segue to our break, and maybe you can take this and run with it. We were talking TLC and the 1,000-Pound Sisters and everything. They were on fucking LolCow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw Boogie share like a clip that was like every fat person that's in the LolCow universe plus the 1,000-Pound Sisters, and he was like, "There's 3 tons of fat on the camera right now."
My God!
Can you imagine?
You
got to check that one out.
That would be a great double date. I'd love to watch that. My goodness! Did you guys ever see the show about fat women that got canceled because they had an episode called Big Bikini Beach? No, I did not see that. Yeah, it has certainly fallen into just what I guess MTV2 used to be. I think just a bunch of absolute garbage TV. It was called Big Sexy. There's a lot of YouTube channels where you can learn stuff, and they would have been on shows and Discovery back in the day. Yeah, same thing for the History Channel. There are some great history channels on YouTube, and then on the History Channel, you can learn about how aliens built the Great Pyramids. I think anytime I see anything from them, it's just an advertisement for some ancient aliens. It's like History Channel powered by InfoWars. Now, someone who may wind up on a TLC show sometime soon at this rate would be one Miss Casey Anthony, who I'm just going to pull this up for half a second. No, I mean, she might be doing that soon. So I won't play the video. We can, I may talk about this at another time. I don't know if it'll be a stream video. I definitely have some thoughts on this person.
I think we should
but
just
those
do
of you who've
a documentary style video on Casey Anthony.
Oh God, dude. We'll talk about that. I don't know. That might be a careful what you wish for situation. But yes, I got some thoughts on this lady. And if you've ever watched any of my random ass channel that I stream from twice a year, you'd know that I do watch the occasional true crime. So you guys would be surprised to find out what Casey Anthony is trying to do over on TikTok. But yeah, you are officially in the darkest timeline when a child murderer is trying to be an influencer on TikTok.
Is she like self-defense?
Do I have to say alleged? Like,
no,
it doesn't even matter.
I don't think so. I mean, I guess you might as well to be safe.
Sue me.
You know, Casey Anthony, you bitch. I don't need to. You can't sue me for calling you a bitch. How about that? That's one. I feel like that's one justifiable bitch that I can hand out. You know, some people don't like that word, but Casey Anthony is pretty fitting.
That's why you save it for when it's. Save it for the people that deserve it. She's the real scum. I heard recently someone say that the word scum may be a little too strong, but I think she fits it pretty well.
I like scum. I mean, I don't like scum, but I like the
no
word
one does.
scum,
Yeah,
you know? That's a good one. You know, you can get them with that one.
Scumbag just makes you think too much because you're like, why would you walk around with a sack of that?
You call somebody scum though, and that hurts. That hurts. I mean, they're gonna take that and think about that.
Yeah.
But let's think about this, okay? Let's get into some drama. Big drama, folks, okay? Since we already talked about the receipt thing a little bit at the top, we'll can that for at the end. But we'll start with little drama in the Twitch streaming sphere, okay? Twitch has been on a banning spree this week, Kevin. Can you believe it? Two of the creators we most frequently talk about, especially this year, they've been quite controversial. Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker both banned in the same week and unbanned, by the way. Spoilers.
Great. Now let's see YouTube's card.
Uh-oh. Well, YouTube, I also saw this. I mean, side tangent, but Hasan has like tons of people that clip his stream out on Twitch and then put it on YouTube. And a bunch of those clip channels have been getting banned, or it might be auto banned, you know, like unreviewed by actual people bans and shit. But some of those clip channels have been getting banned for like hate speech and terrorist propaganda and shit.
What? No way.
It does kind of make me laugh a little bit. Like,
you mean, Danny, do you mean to tell me that the content creator for whom Twitch's staff sang happy birthday is receiving favoritism and maybe preferential treatment from that platform? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
Well, think about this, Kevin. To see if you can wrap your head around this. Ethan Klein actually got unbanned quicker, faster than Hasan even did. Hasan actually got banned for an entire day for telling somebody. Well, we'll get there. Hasan got banned for an entire day. Okay. Now, last week we kind of hinted at this. We talked about it because we talked about what he said, and we'll show the clip or whatever. But last week we talked about what he said, and I was like, oh, you know, whatever. I'm not too offended by it, whatever. But I could see why. I mean, it's a senator that he's saying, you know, tossing around the Minecraft word about. So I could see you getting punished for that, obviously. I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer, but...
Thank God he's in America that he loves so much, because I'm sure...
Well, yeah.
And there are other places in the world where you can definitely get away with saying stuff like that.
But here, let's watch the clip. I'll pull the clip up here to hear what the man has to say for himself. Okay, let's let him speak. Leftist streamer Hasan Piker urged his audience to ass innate Senator Rick Scott. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would Minecraft Rick Scott. Now he's suspended. No word for how long.
If you cared about Medicare.
Can you hear that? Maybe I should turn that up just a tad bit there.
What an idiot, dude.
Let's let him get his point across.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard.
Remember what I said
Scott,
last
an
week?
American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the head of the, what was it, like the Senate committee or something? If you cared.
So there you go.
This guy.
That's the clip.
You know what? I'm going to throw you a curveball, Danny, because I'm not even going to talk about what we're supposed to talk about first. This fucking idiot goes live 8 hours a day for his audience of toddlers, and he still has not learned how to read out loud properly.
Just kidding.
Right. Dude, like, if you're going to read it in your head, read it in your fucking head. If you're reading it out loud, it's for your audience, maybe anybody who's just listening along. You know, I'm sure Hank has a hard time even imagining this, but not everybody just wants to sit and look at a blockhead just sit in front of his computer desk for 8 straight hours while they do nothing else. Some people might just be listening to you, dipshit. So if you're going to bother to read it out loud at a pace where people can hear you. No one's impressed by the fact that you can speed read, okay? Read it in your fucking head if that's what you need to do. But additionally, you're a fucking moron, as if nobody is going to apply for the position of CEO. Right? Like, that's actually going to be what fixes your problem. You idiot. That's, again, every day that this man walks the earth, all he does, Danny, is continue to prove the statement that I made almost 4 years ago at this point, which is Hasan Sank Abbey is the lefty Alex Jones. That is all he is. That's all he'll ever be able to be. He is just a loudmouth idiot who goes up there and says controversial things for attention and doesn't actually have the faintest fucking idea about half the shit that he talks about. But that's just me.
Well,
keep it up,
acquitted,
man. Just
like Trump. Okay, he's 1 day, 3 minutes, and 12-second ban. Now, to be fair, like the whole clip where I'm just gonna say, to be fair, his explanation, his way of kind of sweeping this under the rug thing is to say that he wasn't directing his audience to go do something to Rick Scott. Okay, if he basically phrased it as like, if he would have said capital punishment or maximum punishment instead of the K word, that he wouldn't have gotten in trouble at all. Nobody would have even looked at this clip. Now, you can take that as you will, you know, you can have your opinions about that, but that is what he said. He's like, you know, I just used the wrong, like specifically that word was just the wrong word. And if I used it any other word, then that whole thing would have been fine.
Dumb. Again, I just dumber by the day, this guy. And it is escalated by the fact that his confidence also grows with every waning minute. You know,
He
like
gets
his
more powerful.
Yeah.
More armpit shots on Twitter, bitch.
the
Every
biggest
time.
head in the world. This guy, despite and it somehow fits into the smallest skull on the earth.
Oh, goodness gracious. So that was Hasan's ban from top to bottom, okay? That was, what up, admin? That was what he got banned for. And then we took a day and 3 hours and 12 minutes or whatever, 3 minutes or whatever it was. And now we're back, acquitted of all crimes, okay? Now, Ethan Klein suffered a similar fate this week. He launched his nonstop nuke barrage on Twitter, and they did not like that, okay? I always love how there was like such a outpouring of haters when he posted his content nuke on repeat on Twitter. So the content nuke Hasan Piker that Ethan made, he posted it on repeat on Twitch. I said Twitter. Twitch. You know, as a dig, I would assume after he's been talking so much shit about Twitch and so much shit about Hasan, he just puts it on repeat there. Well, the nonstop content nuke got him banned, okay? And even funnier, it was banned. Well, he noticed it was banned while he was live, so we've kind of got a clip of it here. Okay, here is Ethan Klein reacting to his 30-day Twitch ban from having the content nuke Hasan Piker on repeat. Now, not to mention, the content nuke is filled with all of things that Hasan himself said. That's what the video is. The video is a compilation, essentially, of the crazy shit that Hasan has already said on Twitch. So that was kind of me, like, you know, that's some context from Danny here.
Yeah, it's literally, I watched that content nuke. It is literally just clips of Hasan and then the entrance music to Seinfeld played over and over again. That's like all the video is.
Kevin did not like the overuse of that Seinfeld music.
I was never a big Family Guy, and it's part of it was because of some of that stuff. I get real irritated watching a cartoon try to put a dead frog in a box for 2 straight minutes. I'm like, I get it, dude. I get it. If I laugh, will you move on? Jesus Christ.
I think our audience probably says that sometimes.
Dude, nice. Oh, that was good.
If we laugh, will you guys move on? Okay.
God
Seriously,
damn it.
I'm so tired of this.
Just get it over with.
Let's listen to a little bit of Ethan's reaction to his ban.
My God, it got banned for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence.
Whoa.
That's fucking wow. That's Hasan's content that's on your platform that he didn't get in trouble for. Holy fuck.
Interesting.
Whoa! You guys don't believe me? Look at this.
Too.
I love V-Dub there. What's the deal with the terrorist propaganda? You know?
Can't remember the rest.
What up, Ivana?
Hello. I mean, I believe you.
It. We can pull it up.
It's just more of the same.
Is it,
Can you imagine how hot
safe to
that
show?
room is?
Are you sure? Oh wait, before.
Come on, show it to Dan first, please.
Okay.
I
Said so.
hate it.
Okay.
I have the button.
So here he's showing his phone that has the email on here. It says, encouraging or glorifying extreme violence is what he got banned for.
Bro, they just showed us that they have enough equipment in that room to fake a moon landing, and this fucking guy holds his phone in front of a camera.
I mean, you've got a point there, Kevin. You've got a point.
Shit. Like, which of the 2
you.
pills you
I
had
love
me
you,
take,
Kev.
Danny, were the crazy pills, dude? Because, like, what the fuck, man?
That's what happens when you mix them both, okay? When you take red pill and blue pill, when they're both presented to you, you go a little loopy here.
I feel like I'm going to live out this entire life and then realize it was just a 45-minute nap I've been taking.
But, no, this was pretty much the point I wanted to get to. He gets banned for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. Now, again, you guys have heard me say it before. I agree with some of the stuff Hasan says. Maybe not all the violent terrorist shit, but
That's
it's just
what
funny
did it.
that he can say everything himself on Twitch, like live. I mean, he said every clip is what he said on Twitch already. So like I don't know. It's just the craziest thing to think about, where you repurpose and repackage basically a compilation of what some guy has said on your platform already, and then you get banned for it. And then they tell you what you got banned for. Glorifying violence. And it's like, wait, so that's what you think that guy's been doing this whole time? Because like, you didn't say that before. You didn't say that the guy was doing, I mean, you've been letting him say all this stuff already, and you've never said that it was glorifying violence and extremist shit before, but now, I don't know. It's just very, very strange to me.
Well, Danny, it's like I tell my baby brother every Christmas morning, sometimes it pays to be the favorite son.
I mean, I guess, dude, I don't know what is going on over there, but like, you already said the birthday wish bit, they sung him happy birthday.
They can do that for us,
But God, dude, he's never beating the allegations. That's for sure. Like, he's never beating the Twitch CEO allegations, because what else can you say about this shit? And I mean, Ethan's thoughts here, from what he said, is that Hasan called somebody up and was like, hey, dude, bad look to ban Ethan just replaying clips of mine, so maybe you should unban him. And then lo and behold, now see, I don't know if that's what happened, and Hasan would certainly say, no, that's not what happened. I didn't call anybody up and tell him anything. I didn't do that. Which, fine, maybe he didn't, but Ethan Klein.
Why would I do that for Ethan? He's an idiot.
Ethan Klein quickly unbanned from Twitch after much hoopla. I mean, what an editorial. There.
Hoopla. Apparently that word has had a fall from grace rivaled only by the history and learning channels. My God. Hoopla used to mean something.
Yeah, for real. What the fuck? Yeet. Get over yourself. But yeah, so he gets unbanned, and like I said, swifter than even what Hasan did. Now, you could say, like, wow, if you're really thinking about it, Hasan got banned for saying something, and maybe the banning was just like a performative thing, Twitch decided, like, look, he said the K word. He said he wants to end somebody. We've got, I mean, in so many words he said it, so we've got to do something, right? So we ban him for a day.
That or book a boxing match.
We banned him, okay? So we banned him, we did something, right? But then... that, I feel like, was a performative ban. Whereas this one was like, their automated system said ban him. And then they're like, ooh, shit, we shouldn't have did that. Which makes me think, like, Hasan must be on some kind of special listing or whatever. Like, I don't know how the behind the scenes works at Twitch. Don't act like I know what's going on, with the systems and how it all, the algorithms or whatever. But, like, if that was an automatic ban too, you got to think about it. The clip played and their algorithm picked it up and they just, okay, auto ban. Hasan has to be on a different thing where he's not getting reviewed by these automatic things, right? Because he's saying the things on his stream and not getting banned. So he's got to be like on his own separate like review system, right? I mean, it would only make sense, I would feel. Which already proves, like, even if he's not the CEO or whatever he wants to joke about, he is completely favoritized and, like, removed from the rules that are put upon everybody else.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Again, I don't know anything about the interworkings of Twitch, the back end of it. But I do assume, much like many other services and websites where you have account level information, that there are probably a lot of these things in in the tech world, or you can turn them on or turn them off. And so I'm assuming they can either they have some filter for his stuff, or they just don't have the automated content ID turned on for him because they already know he's going to stream 8 hours a day. They want those viewers on for those 8 hours a day. So they would rather deal with a little bit of backlash if he does and says something stupid, because ultimately it's just going to bring more attention to their platform anyway. So people can, at least for a few days, tune in to see what is this idiot going to say about his very smart decisions over the last week. So yeah, I think it's pretty damn obvious that he's got special treatment, which is, just par for the course for him. Has he ever had a job where he didn't have special treatment? Not to my knowledge.
Because the last job he had, he was that's, what do they call that? What's the word for it? I can't think of the technical word, but obviously it was his family that.
Get a little bit of the nepotism.
He's a little nepo baby.
Nepo baby Hank.
But Advent says here, it's been rumored, so take that as it is, rumored, that there is a whitelist. Interesting. Why has it got to be a whitelist?
Yeah, why is that?
Why has it got to be a whitelist? Twitch, what's up with that?
Ooh.
Why has it got to be a whitelist? There's a whitelist. If you're on it, you're untouchable. Rumor is Pokes. I'm assuming that's Pokimane. Pokimane is on that list, and that's why she's still around. That's interesting. Like, I wouldn't doubt something like that. I feel like, and I guess to be completely fair, like we always are on this podcast, on this show.
And balanced.
Fair and balanced. I bet YouTube has similar exceptions for certain creators. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that Twitch is like the only one that plays favoritism somehow. But it is interesting what Twitch decides to play favoritism on. You don't see a lot of people talking about like, like just all the shit that Twitch has been accused of, being racist to Israelis, banning them off their platform or whatever, yada, yada, all this shit. I don't know. They make questionable exceptions on Twitch. Let's just say that.
Twitch is like if the internet had a state of Florida, it would be Twitch.
I like that.
That's the only way I can describe it.
There's a lot of Florida men on Twitch.
There it is. Yep.
So, and just to bring some of this funny reaction and kind of Twitter arguments and bullshit that always circles around when this shit happens. I don't know if we talked about it last week, maybe briefly, but there's the Froggy Tonic guy. He was a previous editor for Creator Clash and iDubbbz. He was making a lot of statements like over the past week, last week or whatever, where he's saying, I'm a Fallen H3 fan and been very critical of Ethan. And they've ran with this thing, which let me say a piece here at the beginning and then we can laugh about it. But as much as I think a lot of this is like funny, kind of, just because it's internet-y bickering bullshit, I don't know. It is an interesting kind of weird to like make up things about someone's children and then like proliferate that on things like Twitter and Instagram or whatever. I know that Ethan puts himself in a lot of these situations by saying stupid shit and revealing shit maybe he shouldn't have. But anyways, you'll see what I mean as we go along here. Froggy Tonic, okay, like I said, they're rolling with this funny thing where apparently Ethan's kids got Giardia. Now, if you're a dog owner, like a lot of the people in the audience are, okay, Giardia, and I guess your dog can get it whenever, probably, but I'm most familiar with like dogs getting Giardia when they're like young pups or like fresh out of you're getting them like brand new from wherever you buy it. I mean, wherever you get animals, whether you're adopting them or buying them or whatever. I always heard of it as like a new dog thing. Like your new dog can get Giardia. And Giardia is like some virus that gives them diarrhea. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that, Kevin. I've heard of that before, where people get like new dogs and they have Giardia, or just the fact that Giardia is a thing that dogs can get that makes them shit.
Up until about 3 minutes ago, I thought Giardia were the specialty novelty chocolates with the little eagle on them that my grandmother sends me for Christmas. So no, I'm
No.
not an expert here.
Giardia is that jar of veggies that they have at the supermarket that's like in the vinegar liquid and they've been like pickling for a while. That's Giardia.
Oh, you see, I thought Giardia was the bag of crispy snacks. Like they have rye chips in them. You can even just like buy just the rye chips only. It's like Giardia.
Don't
Oops,
you talk
all
shit
rye
about
chips.
Gardettos, okay? Don't you ever compare Gardettos to Giardia, okay? Well, it's also funny, just a little tidbit. They've gotten like a new co-host or a new like lackey in the back at H3. And I forget, I'm not privy to her name. I don't know what her name is, but it's something close to Giardia. So they've now started calling her Giardia after all this drama because her name's so close to that. I don't know. She's relatively new, so I can't even tell you what her actual name is, but the snarkers, the H3 haters have been calling her Giardia.
I love that.
I mean, the concept of like trashing Ethan Klein for like poop jokes or whatever, like saying he has Giardia, sounds funny. But they're saying that his kids have Giardia, and you'll see what that leads to. But this guy says, brother, you are 39. Go pick up the leftover Lexus and Addies off the carpet and go clean the feces off your floor. Didn't one of your kids get Giardia? Come on, man. You've been beefing with a rando who wants you and your family to be happy. Stop bathing in this toxic pattern. And this is what Ethan Klein said here in a response to Froggy's tweet that said shit about his dog and his dog dying of kidney failure or whatever, which is already fucked up enough to like go at. One of your attacking points is like, you killed your dog, you monster, or whatever. Like, oh my God, these people are fucking freaks. They will grasp at anything. But let's see. Ethan says, these evil fucking C words are working around the clock. This former editor for iDub said this: I took Shredder to the doctor many times over the years. I told him repeatedly about Shredder's frequent puking. He always told me it was normal for his breed. I told them about his odd bad breath, and the doctor kept telling me he was fine. The doctor never ordered blood testing, although we did some probably a year before, and he was fine.
Go to a different vet, numbnuts, if the care is that bad. Jesus Christ, you moron.
Right. I mean, I guess maybe the
doctor did these 4 things wrong, and I just kept taking him there.
I mean, true. You know, I guess he can afford.
You never heard of a second opinion, dude? Like, that's just wild.
I mean, you're
as a
probably
longtime pet owner, Danny, I've moved vets before when I didn't agree with, because that could be wrong, but also, there's plenty of people get paid to do this there, Ethan.
I mean, I'd say that's a base take, but I don't know. I feel it like if you take your dog to the vet and your vet says that your dog is fine, I would want to take their word for it. Like, yeah, of course. Now, like you said, I mean, he can certainly afford a second opinion if he feels like their opinion is wrong. So maybe that's the route he should have went. But regardless, he's just basically saying here he took his dog in for blood testing, yada, yada. His dog, let's see. Even the day before Shredder's diagnosis, I told my mom to bring him to the vet because he seemed off. We were on vacation at the time, and his mom was watching the dog. And even then, when his mom took the dog, he told us he's fine. Vitals look fine and all's good. The very next day, Shredder started puking his dinner, so my mom, thinking she's being overly concerned, went back the next day and insisted to do a blood test. We got the call the next day saying Shredder had stage 4 kidney failure and needed to be hospitalized and have his kidneys flushed or he would die. He spent the next 3 days in the hospital while we got his values to go down. The damage was already done, and over the next 6 months, his kidney continued to give out. This is one of the most painful and traumatic experiences of my life. I love that dog with my entire heart and soul. I would do anything for him. Using this as this is my favorite part of the whole thing. You can question his ability to take care of his dog or whatever all up there. I mean, I think that's fair. But using this as some kind of psychotic own to impugn my character is just cruel and pathetic on a level most humans aren't capable of. Fuck off, you piece of shit, and fuck my friends too, who have stood by all these years, who now can't find their spine. I don't need any fair weather friends. He's talking about Anissa and iDubbbz there specifically, because they're not saying anything about their crazy fucking editor here. But what are your thoughts, Kevin? What are your thoughts?
Of course, a disavow this type of behavior from the audience member, and I feel like I'm about to be kind of harsh on, for want of a better term, the victim in this situation.
Do it, Kev.
Ethan has been an online personality since I've had my fucking driver's license, and he's still responding to these random fucking Twitter reply guys with screenshot. Like I feel like this is here I am as like Boogie and Wings trying to explain to Keemstar that he has now become the lol cow. Ethan, I understand, but every time you react this way, you just incentivize these people to do more of that psychotic shit. And of all the people on this fucking earth, you should know that by now. And it's correct. Aggravating to the point where I can't think of it as anything other than rage bait for content. He knows that this won't help solve the problem, but he also knows, I think, and Danny will probably have to correct me on this, he probably also realizes he has a lot of hate watchers now, and those numbers got to stay up too. If all you care about is the number, you may be more willing to just say, you know what, fuck it. But if that's not it, then he should probably step away and reevaluate, because if you're getting this deep into the nitty gritty on social media, it's time to take a break.
To be fair to you and your point here, that's what a lot of people are saying. I mean, you're not like, that's not a strange opinion to have about this by any means. Tons of people, even this guy that he's arguing with specifically, this Froggy Tonic dude, tons of people are saying, hey, dude, take a break. Like, step away. Get offline. Stop reading what they're saying on Reddit. Stop reading what they're saying on Twitter. You know, like separate yourself, and maybe you'll feel differently and think differently and do differently later on. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the answer is personally. I'm here for the drama. I mean, what you said, I'm here for. Like, the content, I'm here for the content. But, like, if you are speaking for, like, if you're talking to somebody and saying seriously for your well-being, I mean, like, Kevin, I think, could have a good point here. Like, dude, just log off for a bit. Step away. Like, don't think or look at this shit every time you get the opportunity, you know? Because, like, right now, it seems like he's, like, seeking it out. He wants to find these people so he can say, fuck you, you know? Fuck you. I can't believe you would say that about my dog or my kids or whatever, which I feel that passion. Like, that makes sense to be angry at people for saying that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But these are, like, thousands of people that don't matter. And you wouldn't even see it if you didn't actively, like, seek it out. You just, anytime that you come to it and see it, you go, man, like, fuck them, shut it off. You know? It's just going to be better for him in the long run to do that way. But that's not the content, Kevin. We need the content.
Yeah, man. For his own sake, I wish he would go back to just trying to be funny instead of just constantly being. Yeah, he's a fucking drama queen, dude. And I don't know, like it's either what he wants to be doing or he's just got into like that subconscious loop, like the feedback loop of getting angry, unloading about it, probably regretting it afterwards, getting worked up, unload. And it's just like, I mean, if it's making you money and it's making you happy, who am I to stop you? But That's not the appearance that I get whenever we come across these clips. It's just sort of like, dude, you just swim around in that hatred all day. God damn.
So now that we've, I feel like we've again been fair and balanced on the whole Ethan criticism here. So now we get to go in on the other guy because this Froggy Tonic dude is also a fucking weirdo loser.
And he's trying to get vengeance for his brother Froggy Fresh.
I guess maybe. But I mean, I think the whole some guy that's irrelevant now. I mean, he's iDubbbz and Anissa's former editor. So, I feel like this hype, the whole point that you had about Ethan might apply to this guy as well. It's like, this is the most attention that this guy's probably ever gotten ever. So it definitely, he definitely wins when he keeps posting and shit posting and pissing Ethan off over and over again. He wins because he gets, more and more people to look at him and be based. Yeah, this guy's cool, whatever. This guy's a fucking weirdo loser, okay? Here's one of the tweets that I responded to him for. We'll look at that in a second. But he posts this. It's like, okay, that's it. This entire fan base is insane. That's bordering on slander. Let's hash it out, Ethan Coward and Chief Klein. Now, Ethan asked this guy to come on the show and talk, and he refused. He said no to the challenge or whatever to debate Ethan. And then after he said no, he saw this stuff, which is like a bunch of posts about what Froggy said on Reddit. So this guy is also terminally on Reddit. And
what the hell is a chub and tuck, Danny? Why is that on screen?
Don't ask. But Harley here, I guess from the framing that Froggy Tonic has posting this, I guess this tweet is Harley talking about Froggy Tonic to someone else. I don't know who. I don't know who this conversation's between, but that's what Froggy's saying. Froggy is essentially saying, this is about me. Harley says, or someone says, I don't know who is who in this conversation, but the conversation goes, I hate him. Somebody says, how did we not notice him? And the other person responds, I can't even tell you what he looks like. They say, dude, he wore this at the Creator Clash Gala. How is it possible that he wore this outfit and was still literally invisible? And then somebody says 1,000 or 1,000,000 or a trillion negative aura. Okay. But if we go back here, I says, come up for air, dude. You're about to overdose on your own farts. I can appreciate the very hard to miss in the camo, which is in this tweet down here. We'll look at it in a second. 3 out of 10 outfit rating I gave him. But this is what he was wearing to Creator Clash. Okay.
Dude, looks like he's just taking a break from his shift of babysitting Patty Hearst, man. Look at it.
So, yeah. If you go here, underneath that, Froggy says, the fit comment, listen to this tweet. After seeing that photo, the fit comment is funny because I was very hard to miss. I got complimented as soon as I entered the room, and every time I engaged convo, one of these peeps even DM'd me this week. Comedian riffed on me during his set, got invited to dinner, got hit on. Glorious day. So this is what I said you're high on your own farts about. Because he posts this comment. The fit comment is so funny because I was very hard to miss. I got complimented as soon as I entered the room and every time I engaged convo. So you think this outfit, he's getting complimented every person he goes up to. Comedians are riffing on him because he's so cool. He got invited to dinner because he wore this. He got hit on. I mean, come on, dude. Can you not, just be a little aware of, you sound like a dumbass saying this shit.
And who the hell wears camouflage to stick out, you idiot? This is counterintuitive.
Well, that's what I liked about that, too. He said,
I was hard to miss in my camouflage.
I was very hard to miss. I was like, yeah, that's funny, kind of.
Dude, he looks like some kind of M. Bison DLC where you find out that there's a Captain America deal going on, and this dude is Bison before he got the soldier serum.
You're right. Harl says the comedians are laughing with him, not at
Yes, that's right. Yeah. No, everybody, I assume, Danny, I'm actually going to have a slightly different take on this. I believe that at least some of what this man said was correct. I'm sure everyone who he spoke to at whatever event this was very
Creator
polite to
Clash.
him and decided to, never heard of it, and decided to speak fondly of his outfit, because they're probably worried about the knife that he had somewhere on that. They're like, oh God, look at this fucking Timu Che Guevara come out here in his fucking fatigues, and he might stab
Suck
me to
on that
death, so
one.
I'll just be nice to him.
Suck on that one, commie bitch.
This dude looks like Jenny's
Welfare
shitty boyfriend
Che Guevara.
from Forrest Gump. Remember that? The one that gave her AIDS or whatever? Yeah, that's who this guy looks like.
Oh my God.
That's a very up-to-date reference.
What a Goomba, though. Everybody actually loved my outfit, okay? I got the most compliments, okay? I got invited out to dinner. They all loved it. They love me, okay? I'm the best.
Some people like it, some don't. A lot of people, a lot of good things. We're going to look at it. We're looking at everything, okay? We'll come to a decision soon on whether or not camouflage is allowed.
Hash says, is this the 2025 version of Onision showing up in a bulletproof vest? I would not be surprised if this guy has similar taste to Onision. That's for sure. They could have a freak off, I think.
Oh, no.
So here's a little more drama just while we're at it. Ethan Klein posts that his kid never had Giardia, denies the pediatrician making the call to CPS. That also happened, by the way. They're calling CPS on Ethan now for his because he hates Hasan,
which I believe is probably something that is punishable under the law in the United States. So
yeah, probably.
LOL, get owned is going to turn into your ass going to fucking jail, you idiot. So
well, right. It's like
quit doing that.
The one guy that's shown he's willing to be litigious on YouTube. The one guy would have to be Ethan Klein. I mean,
right? That's true. Yeah, you want to take this dude to court, idiot.
But anyways, it says also point out that Reddit is rejecting his reports on snark posts. Reddit continues to allow and enable an unmoderated sub to target my children for real life harassment. Now, the funny thing is, you can tell that Ethan isn't chronically on Twitter. He's not on Twitter, just on Reddit and Instagram or whatever, because if he were on Twitter, he would see that they do the exact same thing and allow and enable unmoderated target of his children. Because I see these same fucking posts on Twitter all day too. It's like, dude, where are you at? Everywhere you go, you're going to see this. There's a group of people online that actively hate you. Hate, not just don't like, but hate. What? I mean, like Mike from PA said in that one clip, he's like, Ethan Klein wants us dead. Okay, like, I think that Mike from PA is full of shit and Ethan doesn't care about half these people, but vice versa, like some of these psycho fucking Twitter heads do actually want him dead, or at least they they profess that. You know what I mean? They say that. They fucking act that way. But anyways, what I really wanted to look at here, and you can see some of this, like here's one of the Reddit posts where he says CPS. He talks about CPS situation. He had to get his kids tested and shit. All this stuff because people are calling these services on him. Which, like, CPS, already a thing that, like, the government doesn't properly fund and handle anyways, you know? So you're wasting what government, you know, resources that we have out there to go to Ethan's house as a own because he doesn't like your favorite creator on Twitch. I mean, when you break it down to like the low, like the little bits of it, it sounds so psycho.
Oh, without a doubt. Despite my feedback for Ethan previously, please make no mistake, the people doing this are what did we call them? Scum earlier?
Scum, I like
Yeah.
that one.
It's not even the
Scum.
bottom of the barrel on the inside. It's like when you lift the barrel up and there's whatever gross shit that's been living underneath that barrel for the last couple of years. Like that's where we're at with these folks. In my humble opinion.
In Kevin's humble opinion. So there was
Which is rare. My opinion's very rarely humble. Sorry, Danny.
No, that's fine. There you saw some of Ethan's, clapping back and the Reddit denials to his reports and yada yada. You get the point. But I wanted to watch this clip specifically. This one's funny. Denims is one of these people that want to spread this. Ethan Klein's kids have giardia. They're eating shit off the ground or whatever. Blah blah blah. And then she'll want to say things in previous streams, like last week, where she's like, somebody should really check on Ethan and make sure he's taking care of his kids and everything. And then when their crazy audience members call CPS, this week she's like, oh, well, I didn't do that. But if they did call CPS, I mean, so what? They're kids. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to her justification on calling CPS on Ethan Klein and what it does to his kids or whatever. She's got a whole explanation here for us. Let's listen. Because she's certainly hinged, not
create
unhinged.
any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
So there's the start. There's the basis of her argument here.
What happened to her when she was 4?
At 3 years old, you can't form any memories anyways. So all this shit that's happening where the authorities are coming to their house and asking them questions without their father and mother being present. But that's what these when Ethan is talking about this is traumatic to my kids, you got to think that these people, CPS comes and then they've got to do their due diligence because they've been contacted that these kids aren't being treated right. So they have to talk to the kids without their parents to find out the truth. They don't want them influenced by their parents and stuff. And you're telling me that it's not a traumatic or weird or scary thing to have some guy come in and ask you 20 questions about if your dad and your mom are treating you right? I mean, the kid might not understand exactly why they're being asked or what is going on, but the entire situation certainly could be traumatic to a kid. And I feel like it's always been the thing, especially for lefties, but it's always been the thing where people are like, I don't forming memories or whatever, but shouting around, constantly fighting and shouting and carrying on and being pissed and a crazy household in front of your children is never a good thing. I thought that was always what scientists were connecting back to deep-seated problems later in your life. Like serial killers, came from a home that was dysfunctional and blah, blah, blah for whatever reason or traumatic. So I don't know. I feel like it's just BS to start your argument with being well, they're not going to remember anything anyway, so it's fine.
Well, Danny, I think for what it's worth, she might be right here because as everyone knows, or at least how we were raised in my religion, that a child is just an empty vessel for a soul. And it's not until the 6th day of the 6th month of your 6th year on this planet that they go ahead and draw the salt star. And via seance, you actually get a soul pulled into you from the ether, and everything before that is just, you're basically you ever seen one of those bugs that have been taken over by a mushroom and they're just they don't know that they're dead yet, but they're really just carrying spores. It's kind of like that, but not, you're not, it's not fungus, but yeah. So I don't know. She's probably being very unsympathetic. She should be a little nicer about this, but she might be right, dude. She might be right. I don't remember anything that happened until I was 12. I don't even
Right.
know that I was
mean,
alive.
That's true. She's right. I don't remember what happened to me when I was 3. She's right.
Yeah.
She's totally right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it didn't fuck me up at all.
Yeah.
But let's let her cook. Let's let her cook. She's got some more things to say. Or she doesn't. She's going to stare blankly.
Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not.
Who edited that clip and decided to start it that way? Ethan! Come on,
When we're talking
Ethan.
about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you
4.
are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to
Really?
remember them past like 15.
Is that?
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. Create any.
That's why I go to recall. So I have my memories stored for me and then implanted. That's honestly, Danny, that's probably where I kept getting that daylight savings storyline from. I think that now that I think about it, it might have been a recall dream.
Right, exactly. Well, you know what, Denham's, the good thing about being online like this and all this stuff happening publicly online on YouTube and on your channel and all that stuff is that you don't have to remember anything. I'm sure the kids someday will see that there were some crazy fuckheads online that were calling the Child Protective Services on their father for disagreeing with their politics. The good thing about the internet is you don't have to remember these things. You can experience them again and again and again and again, as many times as you want.
with the
see.
Seinfeld intro music spliced in between.
Yeah. Ethan's kids can see what you said about them for the rest of their lives, in fact, if they wanted to. All they'd have to do is look up these clips of you telling them that they eat shit. So, you know, that's the...
You told me those were chocolates.
That's the handy thing about all this being online, huh? And let's see. Oh, I had one more good one before we go, and then we'll re-chat and get out of here, okay? This one's just a random poster. This is what I was saying where Ethan says, oh, Reddit's running rampant with posts about me and they won't moderate it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's true. Why are you looking at it? But I'm also like, well, clearly you're not on Twitter because there's shit like this on Twitter. Heartwarming. Ethan Klein and his Giardia-infected family finally take a bath in order to rid themselves of the dog shit bacteria they contracted from Ethan and Hila's negligence. They said that as a reply to a picture of Ethan hanging out with his kids in the tub there.
How stupid.
I wonder how he would feel about seeing this tweet.
Like, there's no way, right? Like, not to say, because there are some exceptions to the rule. Like, Asmongold, of course, lives in absolute degenerate filth, or at least he did. I don't know if he still does. But and this is a very rare instance of me playing defense for Ethan Klein. So you win, universe. But
they finally got him.
Does anyone actually believe that their place is that gross? And we're not talking about Shanny for Christ here. We're talking about a dude who, by my simple, I was about to say, by my simple calculations, this dude's been a millionaire for like a decade or so, right?
Yeah.
Like, they are definitely paying. They're paying for help when it comes to their kids. You just said they have maids. They probably got somebody buying their food for them, I imagine.
That was part of the previous controversy he was in because he's getting sued by a former maid or whatever. Remember we talked about that. He's currently being sued because she says that he laid him off. She says that he laid her off inappropriately or fired her inappropriately or whatever. But like, yeah, no, they've already made the argument that he's a piece of shit to his maids. And then they'll say that his house is so dirty that
that's been her way of fighting back. He's like, she's like, I'm taking you to court. And he's like, lady, you left dog shit up and down the hallway. My kids were eating them like they were milk duds. Of course I fired you. Right, my kids have DiGiorno now. All right. We can't even eat non-frozen pizzas.
Is a maid a nanny though? No, they're different. V-dub actually, because I don't know what words you use over there in Britland, but he has a maid and a nanny, in fact, because that was the controversy, right? It was like the drama was, this is so funny. The drama was he's being sued by his maid, I believe. It's his maid or his nanny, one or the other. He's being sued by them for being inappropriately fired at the wrong time or whatever when she was like hurt or something is what she claims. He claims otherwise, but whatever. But he claims that he fired her not because of what inappropriate shit that she said, but because she was calling the nanny a fat bitch all the time. And he kept telling her constantly and taking her to HR and like documenting all these instances of her calling the nanny fat. And she wouldn't stop. She was an older lady, I guess, is what he said. But the maid wouldn't stop calling the nanny a fatty all the time. So eventually he fired the maid for calling the nanny a fatty. That's what he says the situation is, at least. She says, oh, I hurt my ankle and then he fired me so I wouldn't get workers' comp or something. I don't know. That's her argument, but his is that she was calling the maid fat all the time. So he fired her.
What a story. Wow. What a life to live.
Right?
And also a good reminder to, just don't call your coworkers a bitch unless you're looking to leave, in which case do it, because at least you'll be remembered. Unless your coworkers live for, what was it, 11 years? What did Denham say? You only retain memories for like a decade or something, just asinine and stupid.
Something like that.
Whatever.
I already forgot. That memory is already... That one already left my brain.
Hypothetically speaking, if one does have a memory from before 4 years old, they won't make it. When you get your driver's license, they have to delete some of the old data to make room for the new data.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Right. Okay. Well, there it is, folks. You have heard it. You have seen it. There's our tour around the Ethan Klein, Hasan Piker drama, both of them being banned and unbanned in 1 week. Ethan's eating poop, so are his kids. Hasan's inviting nut jobs on his stream as usual. Did that happen again? I don't know even why I inserted that.
When didn't he go on a show and everybody didn't like it? What was it? And then
trash taste. He's a trash taste guy. Yeah.
Something about Theo Vaughn or something. I don't remember.
Vaughn. Yeah.
Can you imagine the brain power in that room, listening to Theo Vaughn and Hasan Piker have an argument? I have had that conversation, Danny. It's 3 a.m. It's too long of a drive for you to get back to your house, and you're sitting on the back porch of a fucking fraternity house while two dudes are chain smoking cigarettes, having the least intelligent conversation you've ever heard. And that is what I imagine that Theo Vaughn and Hassan Abi talking would sound like.
Sounds
interesting.
when you
bro.
Put it that way.
Yeah, dude. Chicks, bro. Dude. God damn.
Sounds right up my alley when you put it that way, Kevin. Quit trying to get me to go watch it.
Dude, can one of you guys drive us a steak and shake, bro? I'm trying to eat inside.
The real truth to whether I would like Hasan Piker or not needs to be based on whether or not he'd like Steak and Shake. If Hasan Piker told me he liked Steak and Shake, I would go on an all-out tirade against him. We'd do an entire hate episode on Hasan Piker.
Dude. Yep. We could probably do that every week, honestly.
That's true. All right, let's get to this chat and get the heck out of here, okay? We are overtime. We are already in overtime, people. SS Steak and KKK Shake. I can't even say it. You get the idea. All right, people. Let's see. Headbug, nice to see you today. She is in Britland, and somehow she got it right. V-dub.
Oh.
Okay. Huh. Must be a personal problem. No, I'm just kidding. Nice to see you, Headbug. Poland says they're a minute late. Maybe they forgot to change the clocks. Nope. We would have been an hour late if we forgot to change the clocks, right?
Something weird like 57 minutes late.
We'd
Yeah.
been an hour early if we didn't change the clocks, right?
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know. How does time work?
All I
time
know is
real?
if you go back and forth to Japan enough times, you get extra days on the calendar. I know that's real. That's a real
Oh,
thing.
I like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Let's see. We got Harls telling us about daylight savings time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Every day's a school day.
It's about the bugs. King's here. Please put your eye protection on. You're freaking people out, Kevin. They worry for
Camera
your
1,
eyes.
camera 2.
Let's see. As we go through here, V-Dub was in here. Your number one farmer is Bill Gates. Think about that. Chew on that one. Okay?
Oh. Holy dystopia, Batman.
Chew on that one, Kev. Okay?
I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't chew on it. You might accidentally swallow some, and that's probably not good for your health.
Yeah. Let's do an extra special shout to our friend Taro.
Thank you. With the, once again, Ren. I was going to say the Ren rendition.
The
rendition for
Ooh,
her profile
like
pic.
that.
He can have it. He should copyright it.
There you go. Take that one, Ren. That one's on
That's
us.
you. Least I could do.
So there's that. Speaking of Ren, he says late to the party, but he was here. So nice to see you, Ren. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Let's get your rendition on today's episode. How about that? Nice to see Mel in the house. Thanks, Mel, for stopping by. Hope you liked the show today. Appreciate you as per usual. Take it easy, my friend. Artists unite. Love to see it. We've got Kangalope. Don't forget Kangalope. Nice to see Kanga today.
That's right.
Advent was here as well. He can see Kevin's eyes. He's also worried.
The contacts thing is funny because on the grand scheme of it, like more people are used to seeing this version of me because I got contacts, I think, in the 8th grade and something like that. Like it was pretty, or maybe it might have been freshman year, but either way, there was like 20 straight years where you'd have to live with me to see me in glasses. And then I got older and significantly lazier. And I was just like, fuck it, dude, glasses. So to me, it's interesting. It's kind of like Danny, you knew me before when I was in the restaurant business. Some people have never really seen me with a beard. And yet, like, I would never not have one again.
That's crazy to think about.
When you think about it, it's like the most of my life, I did not have any facial hair.
I can't even remember smooth skin, Kevin, really.
Yeah, dude.
Like, there's pieces of it. Maybe Denims was right, dude. I can't even remember past 20 whatever I was. I can't even remember how old I was then. I can't even remember anything. What's my name?
There might be different reasons for us, though. I don't know.
Shut up. So nice to see you, Advent. Ivana was here too. Ivana Santini. Nice to see you.
Oh, look at that pup. Yeah.
You guys all have cute little doggies. Max is cute. Kanga's dog.
Yeah, Deeb.
Yeah, fucking. You guys just have the cutest little dog.
Oh God, help me out with Headbug's dog's name. That's a
Winnie.
Winnie, thank you.
And V-Dub's little nugget. I can't remember everybody's names. I'm not that good, but I also love V-Dub's little nugget with the blip always out.
That's right.
Love it. You guys have the cutest dogs. I even love Poland Springs' dog that she photoshopped on that picture that says "kill yourself" on it. I use that one quite frequently. Hash was here.
That's right.
And she says, I've always felt like Ethan brings himself hate watchers. He loves the drama. I mean, you are so right, Queen.
He's like Andy Bernard.
We'll elaborate.
He pretends to hate the drama, but he loves it.
Right.
Viewers of, I don't remember, season 8, season 9, they were the lost years of The Office. Not a lot of people watched after Will Ferrell came on for 2 episodes, and I don't blame him. It almost scared me away too, but there's some good stuff in there.
Hell yeah.
Everyone should get a dog.
Everyone should get a dog. Somebody should get me a dog. In fact, I should get me a dog. But anyways, until then, until I sack up and get myself a little creature to run around so I can show you guys on stream. That's what I should really do it for. It's the clout. Animals equal clout, okay? If I had a cute animal all the time, we'd be so clout. We'd clout it up.
Dude, I wouldn't even use a webcam anymore. I'd just be like, here's my dog. He's taking a nap.
But
Look at that.
Anyways, thank y'all for being here. We appreciate you as per usual. We will be back next Sunday as per usual, 11 o'clock. No daylight fucky bullshit, okay? 11 o'clock for everybody. Well, 11 Eastern for everybody. It will continue
Nailed
to
it.
be that next Sunday, okay? We'll have some shorts for you this week, I'm sure. We're cooking on some videos this month too, so we'll have some videos for you as well. So just keep your eyes peeled for some Clout Route stuff, okay? Check me and Kevin out on Twitter as per usual. Kevin, you got anything to shout out for this week?
Make sure you come over and hang out with us dweebs on Monday so you guys can let James know that Danny's taking his heat.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're the
15
bald
minutes
guy.
late?
You're the other. You're that. These are the two bald guys that are always late. Damn it.
Come on. No, I'm just kidding. All right, folks, take it easy. We appreciate you. Peace.